We are moving forward. Many coaches, many decisions, new homes for new coaches. Who knows? Many players, new avenues. Should be interesting for all parties involved. Now what we have to do is go live on Instagram. We'll see how that goes. And we are live. Perfect. That was easy. I like that. Catchy. All right, so let's have a quick look here. Football highlights. Seeing one of my favorite players right now, Anthony Richardson. They're saying he's going to have a breakout season. I hope he can stay healthy enough for that. Hard to know. I was so upset last year when he got hurt. It was awful. He really was a mess. We got Instagram up here. There we go. Put it right there. Hello, hello. Good to see you there. It has been a while. Hopefully all is well in your world. As you can see yourself there. We're looking at Instagram in the main window. You can also do this, by the way, to make it smaller. I'm glad you said hi. Thank you. I appreciate that. How have you been? It's been a while, right? It's a crazy world right now. All of us are doing our very best. So for those who are enjoying the awakening, heading into our sessions. Okay, perfect. I've noticed you on air. I've seen you. You guys are having fun. I'm glad that you're still rocking in the free world together, fighting this battle, which is awesome. I think I saw you going live the other day, and you were just walking around town, which I think is brilliant, by the way. People want to see the city. That's the way to do it. All right, let's have a look here at X Pro. And X Pro right now, this is cool. I don't know what this represents. This is wild. Okay, let's have a look here. All right, and we have X Pro here. We'll hit it here. What is this? This is wild. What does that represent? Is that the universe? I don't know. We have TGFXI. Yesterday with the cats. Maybe that's what it was. In a stroller? Am I remember correctly? I think I am. There is a delay, folks, with the comments, so we'll do our best with the comments. But we should do a show sometime. I'll have you up on Restream. All I have to do is send you the key. The cup today is Be Happy. Yeah, we haven't done one in like forever. And I think we've only ever done a show together 2 or 3 times, maybe max. You know, I love your staying power, how you continue to keep moving forward no matter what the obstacle. And people can learn from that. All of us can learn from that, including myself. Oh, we call the stroller kitty, pram. I have no idea what that means. That's awesome. more than on Habs. I've been on, what's that one? TikTok a lot lately. I'm starting to like it. I think I've been won over. I think I might have found a home there. I also love YouTube. YouTube is growing. All right. Here's one here. Oh, well, we got the big screen here. Let's flip it. And I can also put myself up here. You can also change the backgrounds. Looks like it's a Christmas one here. The one I'm using right now is that one. We could do the back. Let's do this one. There we go. We got the balloons now. I switched it up. Can't be the same every time. It'll drive people crazy. These are some of the other ones you have. This one's weird. I like the flipping tiles. This one I think is that. I think that one is background. Yeah, and it flips. They're tiles that flip. It's cool. Very professional. But the system we're using right now is Restream. And we're listening to music from Restream, which is commercial free. Now, of those words there, which is the most powerful word for you? Which one lights you up the most? For me, courage, I think. Because you have to have courage to do anything, right? Courage can be tough. To garner up enough courage to keep moving forward. Harmony, oh man, that's a tough one. We live in a world that is so chaotic and crazy, and yet so loving. And if you find the right tribe, I think you can have a healthy life. I think you also have to know when to walk away, right? When to stay clear of the crazies. Because the world is full of it. Thank you, thank you. Yes. But us Canadians, we should look out for each other. I noticed there's a lot of somewhat cuckoo Canadians on TikTok. But I'm enjoying the journey. Right now, we are currently on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. So I'm grateful to have Instagram. Instagram is bonkers if you go on late at night. So we have KC, Kansas City. We also have the 49ers. Of those two teams, which one are you most connected with? Which one do you think has the greatest potential of winning? I'm going to go to Pro here. All right. The only thing I don't like about this program, and I haven't figured it out, and I think it's more my problem than the program's problem, is just putting normal pictures up. Be like a postage stamp. Stick to a thing till you get there. I like that one. Oh, this is bookmarks. No wonder I like it. Choose to be optimistic. It feels better. The Dalai Lama. Choose to be optimistic. It feels better. I would agree. Stop asking people who have been... Stop asking people who have never been where you're going for directions. I'm going to say that one more time. Stop asking people who have never been where you're going for directions. I find for me, if people don't write in my style, I have a rough time reading it. It's almost like I want to change the pattern of it. It's like a very stubborn part of my brain. It's very weird. It almost like rejects it. Let's put this up here. Bloop. Especially when I have a guest, I have to remember to do that. Okay, let's look at notifications. And there it is there. You can see it pretty good. I'm going to put it in the middle. And who do we have today? We have Richard Flyer. Thank you for your support. Birthing Symbiotic Age. I think I'm reading that correct. Looks like a beautiful book. Music's funky. Football stars. All right. Nadine, thank you. Happy February, Donica, big love. Jace Jacobs, one of my favorites. Right here. Appreciating everything, love fully, need nothing. That is his saying. And I think those are great words to live by. And a great guy to follow. He's on multiple platforms. He's got the hashtag of good vibes, love. Let's see Instagram here quickly. Okay, we're good. I believe he has a book that you can purchase on Amazon. That looks like a good stretching exercise. That's him there. I read about the sunrise and the sunset at night, positive affirmations from dark to light. I dig happiness and harmony and peace along the way. I think there's more. I focus on what I love each and every day. Send your appreciation. I love to see you smile. I think about you often, and yes, it's been a while. I write another line, and then I set it free. The best is right now and next. A story about you and me. Interesting. I just saw JJ Watt there. Okay. Let's get out of Jace Jacobs here. There's Maria. Let's move Maria back here. Put her in the middle. Replying to Michael Bathurst, XRP Queen, and 12 others. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate being mentioned with such great company on your post. Let's keep shining through all the clouds. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. That's cool. I'd love to see that. That would work. Okay, what do we got here? Let's click this. There's Donika. And she's definitely worth following. And today is Thankful Thursday. I failed to mention that. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate when you're here on Thankful Thursday, all of you. All right, let's see what we got. Now, I find sometimes the comments don't work on the Instagram unless I leave the window open the whole time. It sometimes will reboot, but other times it won't. And then I read it later and I notice there's all these missed comments. So then I feel terrible. So don't take it personal. I sometimes just get lost in the weeds, which I think is easy to do. What else do we see here? Happy February. We got Valentine's Day coming. Sending extra love. I like that. Good vibes. What else? We got Noble Ron, Perry Ron, Lizanne, Valentine. She was on the show the other day. She was really a fun guest. Highly recommend her. Here's one of the kinder people on the airwaves right now. Highly recommend her as well. We should do a show again. We haven't done one in a while. She's on Twitter Spaces quite a bit. That's beautiful. I love this. I've highlighted this before. Can you imagine that was your house? It might be a little cold. You'd have no lack of light though, would you? Depending on where you lived in the world, I guess you'd either be too hot or too cold. So you'd have to live somewhere where it was just so. The Goldilocks effect, right? Isn't that what they call that? The Goldilocks effect. All right. Let's go back. Let's have a quick look here at the football. Football stars. And these lists you can find on Twitter. Oh, that's funny. Let's see what they're posting right now. San Fran. There's Purdy. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, right? To you, to you, to you. Silly Millie, thank you for being here. I just had this feeling to look, and there you are. I think you live in Toronto, don't you? If you're who I think you are. And I know you only from Instagram, I think, and maybe Facebook. And I think I also follow your daughter. I don't know if you follow my daughters. I have 3 of them. But they all have cool content. Laura does insanely good videos. That's kind of what she does. That is her gig in life. She's also a singer, songwriter. My oldest daughter, Jenna, has gifted me with 2 wonderful grandchildren, Haley and Drayden. And then I have another daughter who lives in England named Jocelyn. And we just recently had an addition in the last couple of years named Brooke. So it's growing, it's expanding, which is a wonderful thing. And I like that. So Silly Millie, I hope everything is going well with you. Oh, this is a wonderful picture. Look at that. Anybody know who that is? That's Debo, who had a very bruised, as you can see right on the wall there, had a very bruised neck, collarbone area, I believe, and was worried that it was fractured, but it wasn't. This is beautiful too. Look at that. Hands down, they should win. If you look at it player by player, they should win. But you can never, ever underestimate the power of Patrick Mahomes. And Travis Kelce right now. And, you know, let's be real. Kansas City seemed to be peaking at the right time. And peaking at the right time is so important. Probably more important than the regular season. As long as you get in and you continue to win, who cares? Regular season, as long as you get enough wins to get a wild card berth, then you shouldn't worry about it too much. Phenomenal player right here. Fred is amazing. One of the best. And they have so much talent. All right, let's look here. Click this back. What is this? The 49's Progressive Sweepstakes. So they have all these different prices. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. They were saying a ticket was anywhere from $9,000 for a normal ticket, all the way up to 50 grand for the Super Bowl. Who has that kind of money to throw around? That is unbelievable. I think you're going to see the who's who's there and the very wealthy. Plus, it is in Vegas, and Vegas has, I believe, the most beautiful stadium in the whole league. Unbelievable. It's where the Raiders live. Got a sewing machine there. Oh, that's a great shot too. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? He's had such a rough year. Purdy has been so disrespected this year. My heart bleeds for him. He's Mr. Steady Eddie. He's done a wonderful job this year. I think he has no reasons to be worried about next year. I think this is incredible that he has made it in his second berth all the way to the Super Bowl. Many people have a career in the NFL and never make it once to the final. So that in itself. And he showed he had some grit by being able to get back into the game. One more go. I like that. Oh, this is cool too. I wouldn't want to be the one cleaning up all that confetti though. That is not for me. All right. Let's make this equal opportunity. Let's go back. See what else we see here. This is interesting. Oh, this is all the Pro Bowlers. Do you know all these players? I know some of them. I don't know all of them. I had no idea that this was Raheem Mostert's first year to have 1,000 yards, and I think it's also his first year to ever be in the Pro Bowl. So, congratulations to Raheem Mostert. What a name. But he had been cut many times throughout his career, and I recently heard that, and I was quite shocked. And he has battled through many injuries over the years and still found a way to be a winner. Flash Garrett. Oh yeah. This is a weird thing, this thing here. There was rumor that he was going to give it one more go with the Cowboys. And then there was another rumor that he was going to go and find his way with the Commanders. So they must have found a happy medium, or they offered him the world. There's not many positions left now. So he was the Cowboys defensive coordinator, and now he's the head coach. So we'll see how that fares. That could be a long road. Hopefully a successful road and not too painful. You never know, right? Some combinations work out great. I know one thing for sure, you can't do it within 12 months. It usually takes several years. Oh, this is cool. I like this. So, precision passing. This is Thursday at 7. And they've got CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Tula, Baker Mayfield, Gardner Minshew, and Geno Smith are all competing. And as you notice here, there is nobody that is in the Super Bowl that is competing in the Pro Bowl games. I like that. That's nice. Oh boy. Kansas City, what are you doing? Get this guy. He's worth it. He's solid. You could get maybe a couple more years out of him. Even if you sign him for 1 year. He seems still really healthy. You know, he had over 1,000 yards for, 10 consecutive seasons? Who does that? And I think he's the kind of guy that even if he's 70%, he's still really good. I was hoping they were going to get him this year. There was rumor for a little bit that Kansas City was considering getting him. But, yeah, I always tease Tony. Did you know that Mike Evans is 6'5"? Did you know that Fireman Rich is 6'5"? It's important. These are important facts we should know. Every show. All right. Big fan of him. Oh, that's a good pitcher. This is interesting. January continued to be a record-setting 3-month run for ESPN Greeny and the Get Up ESPN crew. Most viewed month ever with 500,000 views per show. That's impressive. I like them, actually. They're fun. Just stop by to say hi. Have a great broadcast. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll put you up here just for a moment. You're a fan of football, right? Who do you think is going to win? I think on paper the 49ers should win, but if you go with your heart and you don't use logic and you think about momentum, it has to be Patrick Mahomes. And for some reason, they look good. They look good right now. It's not like they're peaking. They were horrible this year. I'm sorry, but even they admit, mid-season, they weren't looking like they were even going to make the playoffs. It was pretty bad. And then I also had a weird feeling about the Eagles that they weren't going to make it, even though they had an 11-1 record. They just always looked like they were doing just enough to win. And you can't do that in the playoffs because you'll be 1 and out. You also have to be really well coached. And I've never felt, unfortunately, that Philly was well coached. I think part of the reason they won last year, almost won last year, was they had a better roster. They were so close. Jalen Hurts, I thought, was the MVP. But it was a couple small mistakes. And I think Andy Reid and his crew were just a better coaching team. And I think they may be, any day of the week, enough to win. Even though they're not the best team. They really are not. And they weren't the best team last year. But when you have Patrick Mahomes, I think you always have a chance. You know, you have a fighting chance. He's one of those guys that just has the skills to pay the bills. We'll say that much. Okay, let's have a look at Instagram here. Yeah, we're still running. Now with Instagram, you can't run more than an hour. It will shut down. I think it also shut down if you have too much traffic. I never have to worry about that, especially on Instagram. But there are individuals that do have that. Tobias, hello. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. You know, seeing you there. Thank you. All right, let's go back to Pro. Who is this here? We've got Baltimore Ravens. We have named Zach Orr our new defensive coordinator. Ooh, that's a big step. Okay. Oh, I like this. This is cool. This is actually really cool. So the Falcons have Raheem Morris. The Panthers have David Cannell, who was really a quarterback coach, who really helped multiple quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford, right? Geno Smith, and Baker Mayfield last year. And I know I'm missing somebody in between there. Hello. Hi, Heinz. Heinz is here. Or is it Hans? I think it's Heinz, though. Like the ketchup. Oh, well. Antonio Pierce, who everyone loved in the locker room, but they didn't feel like he had enough experience to be a coach. He was kind of, the glue to keep it together until they found the right coach, but they're going to give him a chance. So we'll see how that goes. And Jim, everybody knows him. I think this is going to be a wild ride for anybody on the Chargers. So I think you either conform or you go home. And if you don't have the right energy, the right mindset, if you are not in at 110%, I don't see you being there a long time. Mike Macdonald, don't know much about him. Watched a little bit of film today. So many people say he is one of the best coaches in the league, and yet was an intern 10 years ago. Goes to show you how quickly things can change. I'm a little worried for Dan Quinn. I think the expectations are going to be through the roof. So hopefully he has some really good backup. Many creative minds in the room, so it's not all on his shoulders. But that's a great graph. Thank you. And I think all the jobs are filled now. So Bill Belichick, what's going to happen with him? Is he done? Is he done for a year? I don't know. I would love to see him as a defensive coach only, not head coach. I think that would be wonderful. Okay, what do we got here? Over under 245.5 passing yards. That seems risky. Franco Harris. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that fact. This is Black History Month. We honor those who paved the way and those who continue to push equality and inclusion in our sport. So I guess he was the very first MVP who was a first black player. I didn't know that. That's very interesting to me. Aaron Glenn will remain in Detroit. All right. There's Stephen A. He's crazy. I'm always rooting for the real Skip. I hope he's doing well. Oh, this looks good. Let's see who's all going to be there. Let's have a quick look here at Instagram. All right. Oh, I like that. The hum. All right. So dodgeball. And these are all the different people who will be competing. So that should be fun. Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, CJ Ham, Stefon Diggs, Jamar Gibbs, Jamar Chase, Karen Williams, who had a great year, or Kareem, Keenan Allen, DK Metcalf, I call him Mr. Ripped, James Cook, DeAndre Swift, who was unbelievable this year. I think that was a great trade myself. Sauce Gardner, Jalen Ramsey, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Very underrated player this year, I thought. Roquan Smith, great leader. Learned a lot about him by watching footage of the Ravens. Michael Parsons, of course. Josh Allen. Yeah. I still think Josh Allen, sorry to all those out there who are going to disagree with me, I still say is the second best quarterback in the league. I just don't think he's on the right team, unfortunately. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day. We covered a lot of ground here. And I wish I was more excited about, the Super Bowl, but I really think it's going to come down to the 49ers, I think, will win. And if they win, it will be a tight game. If Patrick Mahomes finds a way to win with a team that has so much talent and grit, my hat's off to him. You know, that will clearly make him one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, if not the best quarterback of all time. And he is proving every year. Even last year, a lot of people thought there was no way that they would be able to beat the Eagles. And that was a very satisfying, wonderful game. We'll have to see how entertaining this one is. But the 49ers have proven that they can fall behind and still come back to win, which is really impressive. Because with their system, with Kyle Shanahan's system, it is difficult to come back. And yet, we are finding more and more that Brock Purdy has another gear or another level and can find ways to win even when they're behind. I thought that was a very sad game, unfortunately, when the Lions lost. But we also have to celebrate how far they've come, especially in 3 years. And to be so successful, to make it to that level, to beat so many teams, and to develop such an insanely gifted roster in such a short time, it goes to show you what can be done in 3 years. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Let's have a quick look at Instagram. Thank you to all the people who said hello. I appreciate you. And thank you to Roger. It is currently 3:02. I've got to feed Tia and take her for a walk. Hopefully where you are, the weather is awesome. I will talk to you soon. See you on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube, and my all-time favorite, Twitter, now known as X. Be kind, follow, subscribe, share. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.